In this video, I'm going to show you how you can apply multiple effects to your videos in Filmora Mobile. So right now I've got one large video clip here with 3 different scenes. So the first thing I'm going to do is break this into different pieces. So I'm going to approximate where these clips start and end, and I'm going to hit the button to split them. I'm going to do that for this clip as well. So right around here. So I can adjust this if I need to, but that's how we can break those up. Now for this first option, for this first scene, what I'm going to do is first I'm going to add some keyframes because I want to add a gradual effect. I don't want to add it all at once. And I'm going to go to this first keyframe, and under the adjust option, I'm going to adjust the exposure. So I'm going to make this a fairly dark scene right at the very beginning. But then once I get to this next keyframe, I'm going to adjust it so that exposure level perhaps is a bit brighter. There we go. And so now this scene is going to start fairly dark, but then lighten up fairly quickly. So we've got that nice effect. Now here we see we've got this scene starting a bit early, so I'm going to adjust this one here where that one ended, and I'm going to select this clip here, and the same thing, I'm going to add some keyframes just so we can have a bit more control over how gradually or how quickly these effects come into play. And so I'm going to go into the filter option, and under filter there's different headings here. So we've got basic, we've got film, we've got mono. I'm going to go to film, and the one that I'm going to use is I'm going to use this B&W film, so black and white effect. So on this filter option, it works on a scale of 0 to 100. So right now it's set to 100, but if I adjust this down to 0, you can see that the effect basically goes away once you get to 0. So I'm going to set it at 100 to start, and then once I get to my next keyframe, I can adjust it. And so when I hit adjust, there's 2 tabs here, one for adjusting things like the saturation, the exposure, the contrast. I'm going to flip over to the filter side, and I'm going to change this so it's about halfway. Apply that, and then get to the last keyframe and do the same thing. So this time I can go into the filter option and set this one down to 0. So that effect goes away. So now we're starting with a fairly black and white scene, and then it's gradually adding color towards the end of it. For this last clip, I'm going to do the same sort of thing. I'm going to add some keyframes here, and I can add a bit more because this is a bit of a longer clip. And I'm going to go on, select this clip, oops. And then what I'm going to do on the filter option, again, I'm going to go to the film tab here, and there's different film effects that we can choose. I'm going to use this first one, cool film, so it has a darkening effect on it. So I'm going to start this one with no effect on that, and then on my next clip, I'm going to go and adjust it to around, let's say around 40, 42. This next one, let's adjust it even further, and then perhaps around 77. And so now we've got those effects in there. So now let's play the video from start to finish. So we've got that dark scene at the very beginning, and then it's lightening up fairly quickly. Then we go into the school scene where we've got the black and white effect, and we've gradually got the color being added along the way. And then the last clip, we've got that cool film effect where it's gradually taking place and adjusting to our video. As you can see, a bit of a darkening effect that's happening. So by doing that, you have a lot of freedom as to how you want to apply these different effects in Filmora Mobile. There's a lot of different filters you can choose from here, so you're not limited to just the film ones. There's a trending option, so there's certain ones that you want to look at: scenery, night effects, summer effects. So a lot of different filters that you can apply to your videos. So if you haven't already, I would suggest checking them out, just because it makes it really easy to add subtle effects, and when combined with the keyframes, you have a lot of control over how these effects are applied to your videos.